What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to talk to you about two things that we don't actually talk about it that much. One of them is helmet maintenance. How do you maintain your helmet, what do you actually do to it? And second one is how do you prepare for this winter time? And I know this applies for only a few of you. No, I'm joking, but the brave ones who ride throughout the year and they face the cold winter and the rain. And what can you do to help you on a daily basis? So let's not waste any more time, roll the intro and we'll get right into it. So today's topic really relates to everyone, but I think most importantly to new riders. So you guys who started riding, you got a nice bike, you got your gear, and you kind of forget, the focus is so much on the bike that we kind of forget about the things that protect us, especially the most important one, which is the helmet. And to be honest, it's probably the only one who's mandatory to wear at all times. So you probably got something like this, and you start using it, and it's very comfortable, it's lovely, it does everything, but how do you actually maintain it? Now there's a few things. When you started riding, you probably got one of these, either recommended by the shop, or you heard your buddies talking about it, or even seen them using. So what it is, this is a travel visor cleaner, and you can actually clean the whole helmet, the exterior. So this is the solution that you put on the visor or on the helmet, and you have a microfiber cloth that you clean it, so you can see properly. And this usually applies because your visor gets really dirty, like the windscreen of your car or your sunglasses. You can imagine how dirty it gets as you ride, and it doesn't matter if it is in summer or in winter. In the summer you get the bugs that splatter all over your your visor, and in the winter it's the rain or it's the dirt from the road that you get, the spray that you get on your helmet. So all the time you're going to need one of these. People just tend to use that and forget about everything else. I wanted to dive in a little bit more and tell you the things that I kind of do to maintain the helmet. Now the helmet, most of them have all the inner liners. You can remove them, wash them. Something that is advised to do at least I try to do once a year. It really depends how well groomed you are, and if you sweat while you're riding. Now I live in the UK, so the temperatures here don't actually get that high, and this helmet has really good ventilation, so even in hot days I never get to sweat too much. So but anyway, it's at least recommended once a year to do it. So you can remove everything, it's quite easy to do, and clean it. And the other thing you can do, and this is something that I actually got because I'm a little bit lazy when it comes to cleaning, is the helmet interior cleaner. So you can buy, I bought this one from Motul. I'm sure you can buy pretty much any other brand, and all you do with this is pretty much spray all over the helmet, and you leave it to dry, and that's it. That's pretty much what you do. Now obviously that's the inside clean, right? Well, kind of clean. At least every month you could do that until you actually take everything out and wash it. The other thing you should be doing obviously is buying a helmet visor clean, and I have this one, and I also have the Muc-Off. Again, whatever brand you want to use or you prefer. Things from Muc-Off has an extremely nice smell to it, and some of my friends are actually addicted, and they would pay for perfume or aftershave with that smell. So one of these is what I tend to use for the helmet, and what I tend to do is obviously just pretty much spray all over the helmet, and it's something that you should do quite often. Now I have a pretty good microfiber cloth that I use all the time, and I have quite a few of these around the house, in the garage, and in the bag that I take to work. So this is probably one of the best ways to just clean and make sure the visor is nice and clean and doesn't scratch anything. That's pretty much, I guess, the helmet will be nice and clean, right? What you should also do is clean the inside. So you can obviously spray it, but I spray so much so I have a little bit left of the solution, so I can just clean it on the inside. Now obviously I'm not doing this very well because I'm holding the helmet. Usually I'm on the desk, on the table to do this, but you get the idea. So you clean the inside and outside. If you really want, you can remove this. Now that's all good and done. In the winter time, this is not enough. There's ways that you can do to prevent the helmet from fogging. Now if you have one of the recent helmets, they probably come with a pin lock, which is a layer or a plastic layer they put inside the visor. And I don't know if you can see this? Or if you buy in the shop, they can fit it for you. It's super easy to do. And if you have the pin lock fitted for a while and it starts getting fogging on your visor, what they advise to do is remove it. I washed it, and I didn't use the visor solution. I actually used a little bit of soap and water, wiped it and dried very carefully, and then fit it back in. Usually that fixes most of the fogging. I've done that and it still didn't work, so I started looking around ways to fix this. So I had a pin lock, which I thought was good enough, but it didn't work. It wasn't really doing much for me, so I bought this thing. I looked around different solutions and I got this Premier Anti-Fog Treatment by Muc-Off. Again, there's other brands who do that, but I prefer to go with the trusted ones, and have a very long relationship with Muc-Off, and I'm very happy with that product. So I bought this and I tried it, and I have to say I was a bit skeptical about this, because I think how will it stop fogging? You know, it's a bit crazy. Just a little bit a layer of this would do the job. It does work, and it does work pretty well. Again, depends on the conditions. If it is very cold and it's raining, although this worked nicely, what I've noticed is, as I'm riding, I actually took a picture and I'll put it up. I started getting a little bit of moisture at the top of the visor. So it was completely clear, I could see everything, but I could see a little bit of moisture creeping in at the top and slowly dripping down. And I was thinking, okay, that's still not the perfect solution, although that layer has been lasting for 2 weeks and it's been working really, really well. Now, what I tend to do to prevent this moist appearing at the top is opening the vents. So if you open the vents, you get a bit of fresh air, and it kind of helps. It doesn't stop completely, but it helps. And for the 20-minute ride that I do to work, it works fine. I'm not sure how will this handle longer journeys, but how do you apply this? So what you do with this, and I'll show you. Let me just take the visor out. Here you go. So what they say to do is obviously clean this really, really well, and I might as well just finish wiping it properly now that I've removed. And you know, if you're not as lazy as me, you can just do that from the get-go. What they tell you to do is to mix it really well before you spray it on. And you would think that after spraying this, you use a microfiber cloth, right? No. So what they say is to spray it like so, and then use a piece of paper to dry. Now, I would use like a tissue, just because it's so soft and it won't scratch. You know, paper towel I probably wouldn't use. I would use a proper tissue, because it's really, really soft. Now when you do this and you look at it, it almost feels like there's a little layer and it's not as clear as you'd like it to be. but I have to say, once you put it on, you won't even notice. It looks fine. I guess when you're looking from a distance, you can probably see a little bit of a texture, but there's nothing. Once you put it on, it's completely fine. Put it everywhere. Don't just put it here in the middle, because these areas that you can still see, well, your peripheral vision, you'll still fog up. So I'll spray nicely everywhere. Back on. Now, the other thing that I want to talk to you about is how do we protect it from the rain. I have two products that I've used, and I'm not too sure which one is the best. And these are the two products I've been using for a good while actually. I actually started with the Rain X, which is this one, and this they have two different ones. One of them is for glass, and this is for plastic. So this is the one you should be using. You can use the glass one for your car. I actually used it initially because they didn't launch this one in the UK when I bought it a few years ago. So I bought the glass one and used on my visor, and it was fine. So if you have one of these, the plastic ones, you can use it on your visor, and I think it's probably going to be better because it's meant for plastics. This one, I bought it after just because people were saying they were so good, and in a lot of shops they start selling this. So I thought I'll give it a go. So we're going to do a test, and I'm going to put both of them on the helmet, on the visor, in different sides, and then we can test how good are they. And I'll leave a space in the middle of the helmet where I won't apply anything, so we can try to see which one works best, right? Okay, I hope you guys get a decent angle here, and this is obviously after I cleaned the helmet. Just going to do this very, very quickly. So the first one, which is the Rain X, is a little bit easy to apply in this situation, only on this situation. So I'm opening up, I'm getting a cloth. They advise microfiber cloth. I literally just opened this, and the liquid is a bit white, looks like milk almost. So let me show you. Can you see it? Okay, go here. Gonna be, they ask you to put in circular motion. Some people actually put a couple layers. I don't know if we need to do that. Let's let it dry now. Right guys, so I'm gonna put this cloth here just to protect this side as I spray this bit. So let's put this to the side. Let's cover this. So there you go. That's it. If you can notice any difference, this is probably still wet, waiting a little bit more time. But yeah, you don't have to do anything. You can kind of see it drying around here. Okay, I'm gonna remove this, and then we're gonna give it a go. Now the interesting thing is you can actually tell a difference between, can you see it? I don't know if you can see on this camera. From this to the here to the middle, hardly any, but in this area you can, I don't know if it's obvious on the camera. Actually, can you see there? I don't know. But there's a layer, there's a very clear layer on this side, to the more than this side. So basically on this side is the Rain X, Visor Dry, and Visor Dry is actually visible, and you can actually tell there is a layer much more prominent than the other side. I'm gonna drop some water. Surprisingly, this is actually much better. So this is the middle bit. So the middle is where you would have you don't have anything other than the helmet visor cleaner. So that's it. You can see loads of droppers on your on your visor. So is it clear? Here there's none. Unbelievable. This is actually really good. But on this one, it didn't work so well, did it? Look at that. I don't know if you can see, but there's quite a lot of drops. Let me move it closer to the light. I'm gonna do it here. So again, so if you see here on Rain-X, wow, unbelievable! Look at that in the middle. You get those streaks, and on this side, which I actually had good hopes for this, because look at that. So I don't even know if it's better than without it. Honestly, a bit disappointed with that. You know, you see videos and they all show you how this works, but it doesn't, does it? Now this was unbelievable. Look at that. Let's do it. I'm getting water everywhere. Anyway, let's do a little bit more here. Look at that. This is unbelievable. Honestly, guys. Well, if you didn't know, now you know. So guys, what do you think of that? This is unbelievable. On this camera, hopefully you'll be able to see it better. Can you see, this is the Visor dry. This is nothing. There was nothing there. Just the, obviously, the visor cleaner. And this, how amazing this is. This was the Rain-X. This is by far the best one. The results were so clear as well. There's no chance you'd get it wrong. But anyway, guys, I hope you like this video. I hope you like my little experiment. and now you know how to maintain your helmet, and you know, things you should be doing fairly often, and how to prevent from fogging and prevent you know, the rain to ruin your amazing ride. So that's it for today. I hope you liked the video. If you do, please drop a like. If you think there's other pros that could do a better job, or other things that I didn't cover and you'd like me to, just write in the comments, and let's have a conversation. And ride safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.